to our channel, Unknown Data Entry. I'm your host, Armando.
And your narrator, Simeon.
Today's podcast is going to talk about my experience with the paranormal while serving in the military.
So let's hear those two stories from your side. One is based in Japan, and the other one here in San Antonio.
You're damn right.
So let's talk about that.
So the first paranormal experience I had in the Air Force, which I never thought I would actually encounter, serving.
Yeah, you would think you would see a lot more space type shit, you know.
Just more Air Force shit. Anyways, stationed in Okinawa, Japan, the fresh A1C.
How was it out there? Did you get to see the sights or anything like that?
Oh yeah, it was amazing on and off base. I'll tell you what, especially off base, just going out and exploring out of we called it Gate 2 Party Street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the place to be, especially all the restaurants and food.
Oh, yeah, I bet all the food was good.
Yeah, it was. But anyways, this experience happened on base in the MUNS area, the ammunition area. Now this part of the base, the ammunition part was literally just as big as the rest of the base populous area.
Yeah.
And it was full of dense woods and.
Yeah, you would expect to see some shit like that, especially in Japan, where everything is kind of very superstitious and super, natural. People believe in all that.
Yeah, it's heavily believed over there, especially. So I remember I was with this. I keep names out, but I was with a senior airman. Funny as hell, dude. He actually made a staff as soon as I left Japan. But anyways, we had to go refuel the truck because we'd already gone through at least half our shift, and it was a 13-hour shift that day. I remember. God, I hate 13-hour shifts. Anyways, it was a 13-hour shift, and then we decided we need to go fuel up the vehicle because it was already halfway through, and we're getting bored as hell, not really doing anything. But of course, getting paid by the Air Force. So we go to the ammunition part, and it's like night and day difference.
Yeah.
It's like if you ever entered in a military base, you already know it's different from like entering a city.
Yeah.
It's weird. So like you enter in the city, you're like, okay, oh man, I'm in a new city. And when you enter in a base in that city, you're like, oh shit, I'm entering like practically in a new city.
Yeah.
So imagine this. It's like almost like a triple what the F,
Yeah.
Like you're in a new country, a new city. You enter in a new base, and then you're entering this.
Feels like a different, because it's populated by mostly Americans, right?
Yeah, on base at least. Yeah. And then, but like you enter in this part of base that just seems like otherworldly. I feel like I was entering the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, how things were run and how things were around that area.
Yeah, in the MUNS area. So, mind you, I worked mids, so it's in the middle of the night and nobody's there except for us. Not even the maintainers are there. So it's just me and my partner. We're driving. He's the one driving actually, and I'm just sitting in the passenger seat, and we're going through the MUNS area, and he's like showing me around. And of course, like just showing me, hey, this is this is what this looks like. This is the actual ammunition storage area, and the only thing guiding or the only thing lighting up the path. And mind you, Japan. If you've ever been to Japan, it's very like winding, narrow roads and very mountainous. So the roads will go like you'll feel like you're on a roller coaster just being in your car driving around. So it's pretty cool to do that. So that's how it is on base, of course, and especially in the MUNS area. I remember this one area, the CGs, they're like the civilian Japanese guard that help us out. They were like very scared and superstitious of this one area in the MUNS. There's like this lake, very big lake, and they said, whatever you do, don't stop, don't get out of your vehicle around there, and when you pass it, don't look in your rearview mirrors, because there's a very scary little demon who takes on there's a demon that takes on the form of a little girl. Yeah. That'll look right back at you when you're looking at the rearview mirrors. And we used to pass that area, and I was like, mind you, it's middle of the night, and the only thing lighting up the way, the headlights. and the damn vehicles they give us are like trash.
You're gonna need your flashlights for the headlights.
Basically. Fucking trash ass vehicles. And damn vehicles are old as the base itself. But we were going down past that area, and I didn't keep my eyes focused in the rearview mirror. We passed that area, and I remember specifically in this part when you pass that area, it goes up, like it goes down, and then it goes up, and then it bends slightly to the left. The road bends slightly to the left, and then it does a very quick T. If you take a left, man, it takes you far. Takes you far, like really far out there where the canines are at.
Yeah.
If you take a right, you'll find more scary shit.
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing a bunker out there. But anyways, that's also where you go refuel the vehicle. So we took a right and drove about less than 2 minutes out. We see the gas pumps. And there's nobody manning them. They're not like, I'm telling you, it's not like an actual gas pump. Like where there's somebody there to like, that'll be $8.95. Some bullshit.
Yeah.
So we go out there. Barely any lit. It's barely lit with any light. And the damn lights look like they haven't been changed. The bulb hasn't been changed out in like 100 years.
Yeah.
Because it's glowing this nasty, ugly, ungodly orange that could blind you if you like looked at it long enough.
Yeah.
And I remember we got out of the vehicles, we're armed up with our M9s and M4 because we were out in protecting the flight light area. We had to go refuel. And I remember we stepped out and the whole atmosphere in that area changed.
Yeah.
It felt immediately like there was somebody watching us. So he's the senior airman that I'm with showing me how to refuel this vehicle with a fuel key and shit. So it's pretty cool. I'm like learning new things.
Go in front and wind up the engine.
Basically. And make sure the engine's not cold. But no, so he's teaching me this. And as soon as we start hit the lever for the gas, the lights dimmed. Really, really it almost turned black in the area because the lights almost went out. And I remember all of a sudden gusts of wind picked up.
Yeah.
And I turned around. We both spun around. And this is weird because normally you would think, oh, if it should be just one person paranoid. Hell no.
Both of y'all were.
Both of us turned around and looked to this wooded area to our. If you're in the front of the vehicle, it's the right headlight to an angle.
Yeah.
So and it was out in the distance in the woods, and it was just wind and gusting, and we both felt because I remember talking to him right after we got the hell out of there, but before that, you just felt like this presence somebody was there watching us, and it wasn't human.
Like you felt like something more
ominous, more scary.
Yeah, I've had some of those feelings too.
And that scared the hell out of me. And luckily, what was weird was as soon as we got done fueling up the vehicle, just like that, the lights came back on bright.
Yeah.
It was still dim because the damn lights were old. But it wasn't like how the way it went. Like it was almost like a horror film where the lights are going out and right before they just burst out. But they came back up.
It would have been a lot more scary if the bolts just exploded right as you did that.
It would have.
To open gas.
Oh shit. But
that was basically the entire Japanese horror experience.
That was that, and we got the hell out of there.
Because I know there's so many legends in the Japanese culture,
there is
demons and stuff like that.
There's actually a little bit more. Not really paranormal, but just the area. So basically, when we landed in Okinawa, there's a massive battle. A lot of people died.
Yeah.
So there are areas over there that have shrines of people, the dead. And the scary part is in the Munz area, there's actually shrines in the Munz area of dead Japanese people who fought in the war. And there's an area where if you get out of the vehicle, I honestly personally never seen it. But I remember everyone else telling me
they would see stuff.
They got out and you'd walk for a bit and you'd run into this massive shrine and they call it the seven temples of like the seven temples or like something like that, seven temples of God or some
Yeah.
weird name, and very ominous too. And it's located like you literally need to drive, and it's mind you, this is on base though. Drive far into the mines, get out of the vehicle, turn on your damn actual like flashlight that you have, and walk.
You would have to walk the
Walk,
entire way.
walk out of your way to find this seven of the temple gods. And people have had, their experiences over there. I remember a bunch of senior airmen telling me, yeah, man, like,
Don't go near there.
basically, and they're like, we heard people walking, some people talking in Japanese.
Yeah,
You stay long enough over there,
you'll
start
probably
picking
see some
up.
shit.
Yeah, you'll start seeing shit.
Especially
You'll-
the superstition and all the suicide rates and stuff like you see it in Suicide Forest.
And I was supposed to go there until I had to come back for
Yeah.
emergency orders, but
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to do the Suicide Forest to go
So
see that.
let's hear about your San Antonio military ghost story.
So this is when I was in honor guard. And this just recently happened too. Me and this other senior airman. What do you call it? I won't say names, but we got tasked to go to Houston,
Yeah.
and it was a 2-man flag fold. And usually what that means is like, if it's somebody who didn't serve the full 20, they get a 2-man flag fold as long as they served, you know.
Yeah.
But if they serve the full 20, they get the 6-man flag fold.
So it was only two of you.
Yeah, there's only 2 of us. So this person, I'm not gonna say any like who it was or like to respect their privacy of the deceased.
But it was just you two that went. So it was just like
Just a 2-man flag fold, and we're headed
Yeah.
out to Houston. We got packed up. And we left early as hell. We got there around like maybe 1, 2. I think it was around 1.
yeah.
But we arrive early enough every single time before we do our details, our funeral details.
Yeah, and prepare.
To
and,
prepare,
yeah.
to refold the flag and practice. It's always good, and especially when you get it right. When you get things right, practice does make perfect.
Yeah, it
Because
goes
if you
by a little bit faster, and you.
Yeah, because if you practice wrong, I mean, you're just an idiot.
Yeah, basically.
But they taught us right, so you practice something right, you're gonna perfect it eventually. So, but anyways, we got to the funeral home. Honestly, I can't remember what the hell it was called. All I remember was there was a whole bunch of Japanese shrines in this cemetery and Japanese writings,
Yeah.
headstones.
You try to get away from Japan, and then you figure you have to go back.
Basically,
Yeah, you said if you felt like you actually went back to Japan, being in that area.
just being there, man, just seeing like literally the shrines. You do see that in Japan. I remember we were driving around over there, like off base. You just see random freaking shrines on the damn road, but some of them look monumentous, man.
Yeah.
Like you could tell the Japanese really do honor their dead. But anyways, back to being in Houston. We get there, check in. They tell us, your performance or your detail is going to be performed inside a mausoleum. I'm thinking, me and my partner looking at each other, mausoleum? What the hell? We've never done that before. So we go in and scope it out. And this is like an hour.
Just check out and see how you would prepare and all that.
Yeah, like where we're going to stand and where we have to place the bugle and all that. And that's normal. It's a normal routine. So it's not even like seeing the Japanese shrines caught my attention.
Yeah.
But everything else, just a normal day.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get this done. Do what I have to do, respectably, honorably, and then head back home and decompress for the day.
Yeah.
Get ready for tomorrow. Do it all over again. But anyways, we go there. And we were there inside the mausoleum, and the mausoleum's right. What people say, like they smell like death.
It smelled like it.
It smelled like death.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. But mind you, we're just there. We're looking around, and we're like, oh, okay, so this is where the family's gonna sit, and we're literally about to unfold our flag to practice, and out of nowhere, I swear to God.
You hear?
We both heard what sounded like an older gentleman, an older man. And this is a big mausoleum too, really big. And it sounded like an older man coming from like an angle. saying, hello? Hello?
Whoa.
Hello? I counted 3 times. My partner heard it 4 times. We both didn't say shit. We looked at each other and we looked into each other's eyes. I remember looking into his eyes and seeing like,
What the fuck was that?
yeah, like looking at my eyes, and I remember him looking into my eyes, thinking like,
You heard that too, right?
yes, and like we knew from an instance like, okay, we both just heard something,
Yeah.
and we go to investigate. We literally walk. We're like Scooby Doo this. We went to go walk around the entire mausoleum, looking down the corridors, and did not find a single living soul besides our own in there.
Yeah, all the corridors and hallways were just nothing but like the dead,
Just
right?
the dead in the wall
Yeah,
with their names right outside of it.
yeah. Wasn't it glass or it was just fully open, right?
No, it was like marble with like gold lettering.
Yeah.
But they were corridors, and we were going down it, and we couldn't find anyone. We're like, what the hell? We got out of there. I'm like, no, let's leave. We leave. We go walked out. And mind you, like, our honor guard shoes have like those little hook, like horse
Tap
shoes
shoes type
like,
thing.
almost like tap shoes. We got the hell out of there, and we jumped in the vehicle and we like drove around the mausoleum. But we were like kind of scared, like what the hell did we just like see, or not see, but what the hell did we just hear? And we drive around the whole mausoleum. There wasn't a single car parked outside the mausoleum either.
Yeah.
We were the only ones, and we drove a good chunk, like almost like a minute away from the mausoleum, but still inside the funeral, the grounds, the funeral cemetery, the basic cemetery part. And we were practicing our flagpole, but right before that, we were just freaking out. Like, dude, you heard that? I'm like, yeah, man. Sounded like an older man. I heard it 3 times. He's like, I heard it 4.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And as soon as we got done, we booked it. Like, we got out of it. We did what we had to do, did it honorably, respectably, played the bugle, got the hell out of there. We went to change. We changed in the front office area. We booked it to a McDonald's. We ate, and then we drove the hell out of Houston back to San Antonio, and we were like just the entire time. That's all we could talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, you basically see a lot of things in a mausoleum or here, in this case.
You're telling me.
So maybe we can go into further detail and what we experience. We'll get those out to you in later videos. See, for the next video, we'll probably try to make a creepypasta type, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Anyways, it's been Unknown Data Entry. Armando.
And Simeon, signing off.